Hi pot gang, it's Kate here, and now we're going to do a little update on the seeds from February's box. So we've got the spring onions, the honeycomb tomatoes and the courgettes. If we just start with the spring onions, they're looking okay. I've got a few little kind of dead bits here that I'm just going to take off. Spring onions are funny, they look a bit sad, but then they'll suddenly thicken up and look fantastic. So don't lose heart if yours look a bit floppy like these ones. Just keep them in a nice warm sunny space. The sunnier and warmer it gets, the more frequently you will need to water them. So just keep an eye on them, but really in no time at all you'll find that they thicken up and look like the spring onions that you're expecting to grow. So they'll be fine in the pot for a bit longer, just in a warm sunny space. With the honeycomb tomatoes, they're doing really well. I did have a bit of a disaster earlier in the year, and they fell off in the greenhouse, and unfortunately this one lost its top, this one lost its side, and this one is unscathed. So we're going to be potting on this one today, but just to say, if you do have a bit of a disaster, just keep going with them. It's amazing how they can spring back to life, even if you think, well, that's it, they're dead, they're never going to do anything. Just be patient and carry on, and they want to grow, plants want to grow. Keep them going and keep loving them and nurturing them, then they will be fine. Quite windy today, but this will be good for the plants to get used to a bit of weather. So I've chosen the biggest, healthiest of my seedlings. So they've already been potted on once, so that's why it's in the smaller pot. And today we're going to pot it on into the big pot, and this will be its final potting on. So it'll continue to grow and produce fruit from this pot. I've already half filled this with compost. The compost is quite damp. I won't give this another water at the minute because it's damp enough. So what we'll do is, because we want to transfer all of the root ball and most of the compost with the tomatoes, so we'll just ease them out. With the tomatoes, when they're this size, you can just put your fingers around the stem and that just supports them while you're tipping them out, like that. And actually you can see here the roots have gone all the way down to the bottom already, so definitely time to pot on. Just make a little bit of a hole just to make sure that we're going to get that in nice and deep. Press them down, and then we want to be filling back up with compost up to that first leaf again, like we've done before. If you keep pressing down, it will make sure that the roots get nicely embedded, and it gives the plant a really nice strong foundation for growing. So just keep popping in the compost until you think you're just about up to that first set of leaves at the bottom. And there we are. You can see even with quite a gusty wind, the tomato plant is absolutely fine. Now just to finish off, we'll put the label on. There we go. So Hercule, the honeycomb tomato, will be very happy in a nice sunny spot. Once the frosts are over, he can stay outside, it'll be absolutely fine. It might need a bit of a support, so I just have these little sticks just for now, but I think he's actually going to be all right once he's a bit out of the wind. So I'm not going to stake him up for now. Keep him nicely watered, and we'll check in a few months' time to see how he's getting on. So now we're going to pot Gordon the golden courgette onto his final pot. So he'll continue growing in one of the big pots, so you'll need one of the big pots and one of the big saucers if you've got them. As you can see, I've got two here. They're both doing really well. They're both already growing courgettes, which you can see here. I am going to pot both of them on, but for now we're just going to take the biggest, the healthiest one and put him into the pot. So it does seem a bit daunting because they are quite large plants now, but we'll do our best. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze the container, and that just helps loosen him up and hopefully get him out of the pot more easily. Put your fingers around the base of the stem and gently ease him out. So if you just rest it on there for a second, you can see the root growth is right the way around the edge, so it really is time that he went into a bigger pot. And then I've filled the pot up a little less than half actually, because we've got quite a lot of root ball and compost to get in. So hopefully that should be about right to give him enough support. then what I'm going to do is pack the compost in, get rid of any big clumps, you don't want those. And we're just going to pack the fresh compost in around the roots, kind of going up to that little ledge that you've got on the pots. Now he'll be very happy in there in a sunny spot. It's getting near to the time where he'll be very happy outside, but just watch out for when your last frost is. If you are putting them out outside, you might need to think about bringing them in if it's still a bit frosty, or if they're in the greenhouse, they're perfectly fine. I'm going to pop in some support. I just use these little kind of cooking skewers at the minute. And what you can do with them is you can kind of put them around, and then what I'll probably do is just get some string and tie it around as a little bit of extra support for Gordon. Just watch your eyes if you're using sticks like this, especially if you're gardening with kids. Make sure there aren't any nasty pokey bits. And there we go. You might not still need the label at this stage, but you never know. There are different varieties of courgettes that you might be growing, so it's always best just to pop a label in anyway. I'm not going to put any more water on at the minute because the compost is quite damp, but you'll be looking to water Gordon maybe every couple of days, just depending on the weather conditions. Don't let him dry out. Once he gets going with those courgettes, he will need quite a lot of water, so just keep an eye on him. And also just be careful with direct sunlight. You don't want their leaves to get all frazzled up, so just keep an eye on him. But they're pretty hardy plants and they'll be very happy growing in here, and we'll check in a few weeks' time.